Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Today just I'm going to fix an issue that's being reported by one of my followers. Would like to know how to add a shipping value to product or order costs. So basically I created this e-commerce application a few weeks ago, and let me just show you what I mean exactly. For example, this is the application now on localhost, and on this second tab here, this is the application on Heroku. So this is the original one. If I try to go to, for example, try to add one of the product to the basket, for example, if I added this one to the basket and then go again here to the basket, let me just press checkout here. Let me just add some order details here, and as you see here, the setting, the default is international to be 20. For example, if I change this shipping country to be Germany, then it will be changed to £10. So for example, if I press this next, as you see here, I see always the total cost for the product cost, but without adding the shipping amount or the shipping cost. So this is what we are going to do today. And basically, and also when you press next here, it will show only product costs without the shipping cost on last step when you need to pay your money basically. So if I go back and let's compare this to the current project that, or the current application. Now we have it on localhost, which I already fixed. And for example, if you go try to add a new product, for example, to the basket, and the same product, if I go to the basket again and I press checkout button, then this here I can add the shipping order or the shipping details. And here, for example, if I change the country again to Germany, for example, and as you see, this changed to £10 as saying here per product. And if you notice this on original page, it was just saying the region. So I changed this the description instead to be the region name to be per product basically. For example, this will be £10 per product for shipping costs. And if you press this next, and as you see here, now I see the product cost, and also I see the shipping cost, and total price will be the product cost additional to the shipping cost, and that will be 60. For example, also if I have two quantity of this product, as I mentioned in the previous description here, this will be per product, then it will be multiplied by the quantity or the product quantity. For example, now I have two quantity here of this product, and if I try to press checkout again, and if I added the order address details here, and then try to, for example, change it again to Germany or to Italy, so which Europe region will be just £10. And if I press next, and as you see here, I have two quantity, and now the shipping cost is changed to be £20, and the total amount now is 120. And the original cost for the product itself is 100, and the shipping cost will be £20. So basically, this is what we are going to do today. And if I come to the last step here, that the payment step, where it will give us the total amount that will be 120. So this is what I'm going to do today, and also that helping you to fix this issue. And also there is another issue, actually I forgot to do that on the original tutorial, basically adding this amount to the e-commerce basically API. So basically we forgot to add this here. We need to update the e-commerce this capture order API to capture the payment. So basically we need to pass the payment to e-commerce, so the e-commerce then it will cost or charge your customer this amount basically. For example, if you'd like to use this application to your real business, then you need to add this step. I'm going to talk about this step later. So basically let's start writing. So after cloning the original tutorial repository, this one here in my scenario, it will be doing a tick-shop. For example, if you started already to build your own e-commerce application, then try to navigate to your project directory and then open it in your favorite editor. So today I'm going to use just VS Code. I opened this already on VS Code editor here, and just let's run the application by using npm start. This will take some second to compile it, and it will open it on 3000 port. Let me just bring the browser here, and this will take some second to load. And let me open the console log here, where we are going to debug actually some code to see the shipping cost and details, and also the order details. And in this time, let me just go back to the project here. So I would like to capture the shipping cost just on the step before the payment, which is where we try to see the order details or the booking details. If I go back to here to checkout component, and we have another component called booking details. So inside booking details, I'm going just to modify this component. Instead of self return, I'm going to use a curly bracket return to use return key, and inside here you will add return. So I can add a console log, I can debug. For example, now I can add this will be the same code basically, just using return. And before this return, I can add a console log, and where I can debug this checkout data and can see what I have inside. And also I need to add additional props, which will be called user, and this props already is passed to this component on this helper file. So inside helper file, if you scroll down here and check this booking details, already this props is being passed down, so we don't need to pass it from top level. And if I come back again, let's add two console log, one for the checkout and another one for the user, and inside here. And now I can go back to the browser and let's see what we'll have on the browser. So that's now being here loaded. So now I can try to check and see what we have on the checkout data and also user object or props. So let's go try add one of this product to the basket, and let's go to the basket here and try to press checkout address details here, and after adding that, then just press next. And now as you see, we have two console log being shown here. The first one will be checkout data. What we are interested inside this checkout data, inside this key called live, then we have this line items. This will be the product that we being added to the basket, or what we are going to order. And here inside each project we'll have a quantity for that project. For example, inside this project we have this quantity will be 1. So when adding multiple or more than one product, then we can access each product quantity inside this object, for example. And this is the first one what we are interested in, inside this checkout data. And the second one, we are interested on this cost or the subtotal. The subtotal has this list of key here. We are interested in this row, which will be the product cost. For example, we're just interested in the number without the currency. So we can get the currency from here. Inside this live, we have this key here called currency, and then inside the currency and object we can access this key or code. So the code will be the currency we are looking for. So that's what we are looking inside, what we are actually interested inside this checkout data. And then what we need from the user, so we need to see what user which shipping option selected. For example, inside this user we can try go back to this shipping options. So the shipping options will be an array with one object. So this object will represent the shipping options that being selected by the user. So here the user is selected this shipping option with this ID, and also this is the price for that shipping option. The price also has this key called row. We can use this row to calculate the amount of the shipping. Now we can do some calculation to show that total shipping cost and also the total order cost. Let's go back and try write what we talking about basically. So inside here, if I come back again here, let me just bring some variables that I already defined here. After console log the checkout data and the things that I already shown to you, then we can do some work around that. Let me just tidy this two line. So here I have this first variable, just shipping cost, which can access the same value I just showing to you here. This one, the shipping cost will be this object here, shipping options, then this array will be object. Inside this object, then we can access this row. And second one here, this one to access the shipping currency, and also this is the same one we debug here on the checkout data. And inside the checkout data we can access this live key. Inside live key we can access the currency. So now we have the currency and we have the shipping. We have the currency here and the shipping cost. And to add the total shipping costs first, let me just add this new variable here. I define this variable, call it total shipping cost, and this will access this product, the number of the products that being added to the order. And how to access that product basically will be the checkout, live, and then line items. So this is the items that I just shown you also on this checkout data. If you go inside live, and then you can look for this line items here. In this scenario will be an array of one object. and inside this object also has a quantity. Each object has a quantity. And if you see, come back again here, because this is an array, I can use an array method called reduce, and this reduce will expect the first param will be accumulator, and you can define or set this accumulator to whatever value you would like to add or to set. For example, in this scenario I set it to 0. How you can set it? Basically, the accumulator will return a callback function, and this is a callback function, and after the callback function it will expect the second param will be the accumulator value. We'll just add a comma, and then this is the second param for this reduce. So the second or the accumulator value in this scenario, just I set it to be 0, and then this will be the actual product. The product itself will be an object, the one that just I'm showing you here. That so this is the line items is itself here. This line item is an array, and this array has a list of objects. And for example, let's imagine this is the first one. This is the first object, and it will check. It will just add first original accumulator, which will be 0, and then with access to check the product quantity. For example, the product quantity in this scenario will be 1, will be 0 plus 1, then the quantity will be 1. And the same scenario, if we have multiple product, for example, we'll go to the next product and to check the quantity of that product. And after getting, actually this is the product quantity, this will represent the product quantity. Then we're multiplying this product quantity by the shipping cost. The shipping cost that we just get it for each individual product, and then will be the product quantity number multiplied by shipping cost for each product. This then we can get this total shop cost. Me add new line. I will define this total price, and how I can access the total price. Basically, I can access from the checkout.live.subtotal.row. So this will be just the value for that product, and addition to that one to add this total shipping cost. So basically this will give me the total checkout or the total order price, and then I can add the total shipping cost that I already defined here. So by this one I can access the total price for both for the order price and also for the shipping price. So then here I define another variable, call it just total price with the currency. Basically this is because it will be just a number. I need to add a currency, so simple to be just after this number. We'll add this backtick, and inside here I will define the total cost itself, and then here this will be the currency to show the currency. And then I can use this variable down here. As you see, originally here on the previous tutorial I was just showing this total cost for the product without the shipping cost. Until now, if I save, nothing will happen, for example. So nothing will happen if I go back to the application and try to finish this details. If you see nothing here happen, if I press again, nothing being shown here, and this is still is £50. But if I go back and try change this one to this new variable we just created here, so let me remove this one and save it and go back. And as you see now here we have 70 basically. Instead of 50 you have 70 basically, because this product shipping cost for this product is £20. If I go back here, as you see here, this United States shipping cost is 20, but if I change this one to, for example, to Italy, because that is Europe region, will be £10. This will take some second to load. Basically here is it £10, and if I press next, as you see now this is 60 basically, because shipping costs £10 and the total price is 50. This will be 60. If I press next, now even you see now, because this is the next step that we need to fix. Now we need to pass this price down to this payment card. So basically this is use the original functionality. We need to update it also to use the latest value or the total price that we just fixed now. And how to do that one? You need to go back again to our code. So as you see, these two variables are available inside all of this booking details component. We need to make this shareable with other component. And how to do that one? We need to set another state inside this index, inside checkout directory. We need to go to this index.js. We need to create an additional new state here at the top. So here after this line, let me add new line. And so basically I'm creating here total price state and set total price function, and the initial total price will be just 0. And same here, I'm adding also total price with the currency and set total price with the currency. I have two options. one it will be the total price without adding currency symbol, and the second one with the price symbol basically. So basically I'm using the total price without currency to make a request to commerce.js with that amount. As you see here, I'm going to add this key later, and this one it will expect only the total price without using the currency, which we use that option for. And the second one with the currency, we'll use it to display it on the product. Basically here we can display this one with this currency so the user can understand what sees this amount for. And these two state, we created this two state here on this index. Why I'm creating this inside this index component? Because this is the top or the high order component for this other. This will represent as a child for this component, and from here, from the parent, then I can share this data across with other components. So let's just go pass this two state to a helpers directory, which will be down here, or helpers function. We can pass it to this helper function, and from helper functions then we can share this props with other component. So let me just add this one here called set total price, and let me just also tidy up the line. And also I have another this function for this state. I need to access the state itself, will be called just total price. I will pass it also as a props. And if I just add this one again, and also I need to add this one set total price with the currency. And if just let me move this one also to top, and just add new line here, and also add set total price with currency. And now I added this two state with their functions to I pass them as a prop down to this helper function, and then inside helper function here, I've come back in the same directory, helpers.js. I can access these two or four props I passed. So let me just copy this quickly and come back again here to helpers, and inside helpers add a new line. And this first state, and the second state, let's go back again, it's called total price and set total price. So let's come back again to helpers. Let me add here this line, and let's add also at the top here and remove this set just total price. So now I pass these four props down to this function, and I need to pass this set total price with the currency to this booking component or booking details component. Let me add new line here. I'm passing it again down as a props to this function, and also I need to add as a second function set total price, and let me add new line just after this. And now I pass this two function down to this component. Why I'm passing this two function? Because I need to set the original state that we defined here on this index component. As the top here, as you see, we define this state to be 0. Then I will call this function to update this value instead of 0 to be, let me change this string to 0 to the new value basically. Or because this will be a string, let me leave it as a string. Let me go back to this booking details. So inside this component I have the total price, and I have this total price with the currency. I can use this now to call the new function or two props that I passed to this component, can access them, and then pass this new value to the original state to update the original state with the new value. Let me just update this one. And at the bottom here, just passing to set total price to pass this total price, and set total price with the currency to pass this new value. So now this data being added to this high order component or the parent component here on this two state. So this two state will be updated with the new value with the total price as a number and with the total price with the currency as a string. So now we can access this two total price and total price with the currency inside the helper function, which we passed them already down here earlier. And if I go back again to this helpers directory, now I have that too. Basically I need to pass the total price to the payment component. So now where I can access this props, and I have the total price, and also I need the total price with the currency. So if I scroll down here at the bottom for this payment component, now I have this two. Basically before finish this, if I go back to the browser here, and if I add this just address details, and change this to be Italy, for example, £10. If I press next, now as you see, this the total is 60, the product cost and additional to the shipping cost. If I press next, as you see, until now the payment didn't update. But if I go back again, because I pass this again, this to new value to the payment component, and same as this total price with the currency. So if I just copy this and go back to this payment component, and let me pass this as a props, and also we expecting also total price, and now we have total price and this total price with the currency. Let me just change the value that we see on the card, this one here, instead of this one. I'm going to remove this and showing the new props that we just passed. If I save this one, if I go back again, as you see now we have this 60 pound basically being added. So now this is fixed, but the next one that we show this only to the user, but we didn't pass this to the commerce.js API to be captured and also to charge your customer. Basically, to do that one, let me just remove the console log I added the top here. We'll use the total price without currency, because this will be a number. And also to pass that one, let's go to the documentation we saw earlier. So here on the documentation, you need to come back to commerce.js documentation or looking for this capture order. And this is the details that already we added. All these details we added them, just we missed this last one to as the actual charge amount or price. Basically, this is the most important one. We forgot this one. So as you see, this is the details that already we show on the documentation. We added all of them: payment, shipping, and the customer, and also this line items and fulfillment. Here at the after this last line, let's add a new line and add this new key here. Let me just move this double goodies. And this, instead of this hard coded, then we can use this props, which called total price, and I can pass it down here basically. And this is the total price now. Can go to the commerce.js, and then the commerce.js will charge your customers this amount. And here on this condition also we need to make sure there is a total price. So we'll check here if also there is no total price, then it will try not to go to next step. It will just quit from this step here. So now that we fix this, adding the payment price to the commerce.js API, and also we fix the issue how to add the shipping cost to the total price. Let me just reload this one. Seems we have some issue here. To go back to the passkit and press again checkout. So now we can add basically the shipping cost. For example, if I add this address here and change this to Germany and next. So now we can see this total price with the shipping cost, and we can see the order itself with its cost. But also we need to tell the user where this £10 came from. Basically, we need to show here like an additional line here or additional row to show this is shipping cost, similar to what we saw on the original demo. And how to do that one? Let's just go back again to this component called booking details. Here on the booking details, we need to add one more line here just after this list item. So let's just copy paste and duplicate this one, and here instead of this total price, then will be shipping cost, and then the value, it will be the shipping cost that we have it already here. Let's see this one here, shipping cost. Instead of that, we can add the shipping cost here. And because we need to show also the currency, let's see how this look like first. If we go back again here, as you see, we have £10, but we need to show also currency to say £10, 10 then with the pound currency. Let's see where's the currency here. This is the currency, we have it here. So we need to add it to this line here. So this is a shipping cost. I need to wrap this by backtick and then with the curly braces and then $sign. And we need to do the same for the currency, $sign, curly braces, and then the shipping currency. If I come back again here, as you see now we have £10 with this simple. So now the user will understand where this £10 came from. And for example, if we try to go back and add multiple or more than one here item, for example, if I need to add 2 quantities for this product, and if go back again and check out, and then add the order details and change, for example, this to Belgium, and then next. And as you see, the total price for this product with the 2 quantities is 100, and the shipping cost is changed to be 20 instead of 10 because it's too quantity for this product, and this shipping cost will be per product, and the total price is 120. And if I press next, and in the next or the last step for the payment, I see the total price, which is 120 pounds. So basically that's it. So that's all the solution and the fix for the issue. So I hope it was simple and easy, and if you like this video, don't forget to press thumb up. And also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to press subscribe button and enable the bell to get all new videos and content. And see you on the next video, and also leave some recommendation on the screen for you. Don't forget to watch that one.